Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Pearson, your elementary ELL teacher. Today we're going to focus on the oral retell or retelling the story out loud using our words for first grade journeys lesson 8, and our anchor text is a musical day. For this lesson, you're going to turn and talk. That means I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to think about your answer. You may pair up with a partner from home, or you can be my virtual partner. And then you're going to share out your answer and thinking in complete sentence or sentences. Is a musical day fantasy? And fantasy is things that cannot happen. Or is a musical day reality? Reality means things that can happen. Could a musical day really happen, or is it fantasy? It could not happen. Well, the genre or type of literature of a musical day is reality. Reality stories. Here are our noticings about reality stories. The story could happen. The places are real. The people can be real. Animals act like animals, and you might learn facts, and it can be funny. Let's review our vocabulary because we may use these words when we are talking about the story and retelling it in our own words. Are. Are is a word you use to describe something that belongs to us. Are. Number 2, today. Today means the day that is happening now. Today. Number 3, she. She is a word you use for a girl instead of her name. She. Number 4, chorus. A chorus is a group singing or saying something together. Chorus. Number 5, enthusiastic. If you are enthusiastic about something, you really like it and are excited about it. Enthusiastic. Number 6, strum guitars. If you strum a guitar, you brush the strings with your fingers. Strum guitars. Number 7, admire. If you admire someone, you think that person is wonderful because of the special way he or she does things. Admire. Number 8, band. A group of people who play music together. Band. Number 9, music. Sounds people make with instruments and with their voices. Music. Number 10, aunt or aunt. Your aunt or aunt is the sister of your mother or your father. Some people pronounce it aunt. Some people pronounce it aunt. All right, here's our learning target. So repeat after me. I can retell the story, a musical day, using pictures, words, and sentences. So, success criteria, that means how will you know you're successful at retelling the story, a musical day? Well, here are our steps to success. This is what we're going to do together. I will, number 1, answer the talk about it questions. Number 2, say and match the main characters and setting. Who was in the story and where did the story take place? The setting. Number 3, put the retelling pictures in the correct sequence or order. Number 4, say and match the sentences to each picture, saying what happened first, then later, last. And then finally, say and match the lesson or moral of the story. What did the characters learn? Let's review our turn and talk rules. If you have a partner at home, make sure you're eye to eye and knee to knee. You're looking or facing the speaker. And make sure, number 2, I'm going to talk first. First, one person talks and you listen, the other person listens. Then the next person talks and the other person listens. I can't hear you online, but I expect you to answer your question or answer the question out loud in a complete sentence. Do not talk too long on your turn or your partner will not have time to have a turn. You may agree with me and you can say, I agree with you, Mrs. Pearson, because, or you may disagree with me and that's fine. As long as you say it respectfully, I disagree with you because, and tell me why. Here's our first major event in the story. Look closely at the picture. You can read about it on page 80 of your Journeys textbook. Think, who do you see in the picture? Who are the characters? Where are they? What's the setting? And what's happening? Think about that. And here's your question. How do you think Tom feels in the picture and why? So the boy in the middle is Tom. Look closely at his face. How do you think Tom feels in the picture and why is he feeling that way? So say in a complete sentence, I think Tom feels blank because, and tell me why. So say that out loud right now. I think Tom feels because. Well, I think Tom feels sad because his parents are leaving for I don't know how long, a day trip or the weekend, and he feels sad. I can tell by just looking at his face. All right, here's our next major event. You can reread it about it on page 82 of our Journeys textbook. Look closely at the picture. Who are the characters in the picture? What's happening and where are they? What's the setting? So who comes to visit and why does she come? Who comes to visit and why does she come? You can say, blank comes to visit because, well, Aunt Viv comes to visit. Aunt Viv comes to visit because she's going to watch the two children. She's watching them while the parents are away. She's going to take care of them. How do you think the kids feel about their aunt and why? So look at that picture. How do you think they feel about their aunt and why? So you could say they feel because, well, I think they feel excited and happy because they must really love their Aunt Viv because they're giving her a huge hug. I can tell just by looking at the picture. They're happy to see her. All right, next major event, you can reread about this on page 85 of our Journeys textbook. Look at who's in the picture, who are the characters, and what's happening. Who is holding that pink purse, too? So think about that in your head before I ask you the question. What is in Aunt Viv's purse? What is in Aunt Viv's purse? So you could say Aunt Viv has, and then say what she has in her purse. Aunt Viv has, well, Aunt Viv has a bunch of craft materials to make instruments like paper and glue and scissors and all sorts of art supplies in her purse. How do you think the kids are feeling in the picture and why? Look at their faces. How do you think they're feeling? They are feeling because, I think they're feeling excited, surprised maybe, and can't wait to get started on making music with making their own instruments. I think they're feeling excited and very happy because they want to make those cool instruments. Okay, last major event. You can reread about it on page 91 of our story. Look closely who is in the picture, the characters. Where are they, the setting, and what is happening? Think about that. So what are the kids doing in the picture and why? What are the kids doing in the picture and why? So you could say the kids are, and then tell me why. Because the kids are, because, well, the kids are in a band. They're making music because they made the instruments with all the craft supplies Miss Aunt Viv gave them. So they're having a bunch of fun. They've made a band. So, how do you think the kids feel and why? So look at their faces. How do you think they feel? They feel because, well, I think they feel excited and accomplished because they made their own instruments. I think they also feel happy because it's really fun to play in a band and to pretend. All right. Now we've answered the talk about it questions. Now it's time to retell the story, a musical day, using our sentence stems or sentence frames. The main characters are, who are the main characters in the story? The main characters are, say it out loud, and I'll give you a hint. Well, the main characters are Aunt Viv and Tom and the rest of the kids. The setting, where does the story take place? The setting is a home. They're in the kids' home. So let's put our pictures in the correct sequence or order in which they happened. First, then, later, last. So first, how is Tom feeling in this picture and why? So first, Tom feels sad because his parents are leaving. Then, it says Tom is sad because his parents are going on a trip today. Tom is sad because his parents are going on a trip today. And there's the word today, one of our vocabulary sight words. Then what happened? So who came to visit? Then Aunt Viv comes over. She will take care of the kids. So there's the word aunt and she. Aunt Viv comes over. She will take care of the kids. Later, what happens later? Later, Aunt Viv, what does she do? Well, Aunt Viv opens her bag and asks if the kids would like to play music. And there's that word aunt again, and music. And then finally, last, what do the kids do? Last, the kids make a band. The girls strum guitars, and everyone is enthusiastic. They are feeling enthusiastic and happy. So there's our word band and strum guitars and enthusiastic. So in the end, what did the kids learn? In the end, the kids learned to blank Aunt Viv. They learned to, was one of our vocabulary words. They learned to admire Aunt Viv. So in the end, the kids learned to admire Aunt Viv, to look up to her. All right, let's reflect on our learning target. How well did you do retelling the story A Musical Day using your words, pictures, and sentences? Would you give yourself a 4? I could teach this lesson. I easily answered the questions with my partner and retold the story using sentence starters. Did you say each event out loud and answer all the questions out loud? Or 3, I was able to answer most of the questions and retold the story using the sentence starters. Or 2, I was able to answer some of the questions and retold some of the story using sentence starters. Or 1, I was not able to answer the questions and I did not retell the story. How do you think you did? 4, 3, 2, or 1. Thank you, boys and girls, for doing the oral retell of A Musical Day with me. I hope you had a great time. I know I did. Have a great day.